Hi everyone, thanks for joining today's call. Is the update on the current sprint and so updates on the health center form. He said that CDM team is planning to do a testing this Thursday, and if things go well, and then it will start the rollout. Nicholas, is that correct? Do you have other things to add? So Simon, do you know if they still want to add that new concept or not? Do you know?
No, I think we are supposed to get some feedback today.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think Tor was coming back to the office today, so that he should be looking at it. I think I can make a follow up with him after the call.
Okay. Okay, sounds good. Probably the same for the dispensary form.
Yes.
Okay.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you. Yes, go ahead, Nicholas.
I think, yeah, we talked with Savai, and I think Tor was aware of the concepts of what we had put forward, just to see whether Petronila can give us a go ahead to be able to do what we had suggested. But in case we can't, we'll just see what we can do with the current, because it's just a rearrangement of the concepts, really, and just a rearrangement of the flow. That was the only thing that we were putting
Okay.
forward. But
So we'll wait to hear from Toe before Simon knows whether changes need to be made or not.
everything else.
Okay.
Yes, hopefully I'll talk to Tor after this call and get back to you as soon as possible.
Okay, awesome, thanks. And then the next one is the Big Pig medical the cost assessment form. So there were some testing feedback from the Big Pig team. And Simon, do you have any update on this one?
Yeah, for the big forms, I'm just doing my final touches.
Mm-hmm.
I was supposed to deliver by Friday, but somehow I noted some things that I needed to work on before I give out the form for testing. But I should be done today so that they can they can begin testing us from tomorrow.
Mm-hmm. Okay, sounds good. So everything is clear, right, on the feedback?
Yes.
Okay. And then the next one is the social network form for Big Pig as well.
Yeah.
Do you have questions on the concepts mapping things, or everything looks okay for you so far?
No, it's okay. Everything is okay.
Cool. And I also see you starting looking into the updating the LAC registration form as well.
Yeah. Because I want them to test together with the registration form, because I want they raised on the costing form was the demographics and information which is supposed to be on the registration forms. So I think they didn't have the latest registration form. That's why they're raising those issues.
Okay, cool. And then thanks, Simon. And then the other one is Robai, and they're helping us to test the device management app and security app. And so Robai, do you? I know that you sent an email inquiries like end of last week, and just wonder if you got those clarified and to confirm about the registration key ticket. Robai, maybe if your mic doesn't work, you can type on the chat. It's fine. Okay, you guys are going to test and update on the ticket. Thanks. So those are the tickets that we have for discussions for the current sprint, and then the next agenda item is the implementation update. Nicholas, do you mind just to give it a sense how things are going for the CDM team in general, and then when you guys expected to roll out those two health center form as well as the dispensary form?
So I think for the dispensary form, Lawrence of the various clinics and the clinicians. So we'll basically be rolling out this month, and then as soon as we roll out, we'll be able to give feedback, appropriate feedback. As concerns the health center form, I think currently Dr. Kamano has had several discussions about the health center form. I don't have an exact date as to when we're going to roll out the health center form, but hopefully as soon as I get feedback from her, I will be able I'd be able to inform the team when the health center form is going to be rolled out.
So is any of those concerns on is any of the concerns on the health center forms related to the programming or any other things, non-programming issues?
No, I think it's non-programming. It's basically administrative issues.
Oh, okay, good.
Okay,
I just want to make sure. Yeah.
Administratively, not with programming, not related to mUzima.
Okay, cool. Thanks for clarification. And Lawrence also said that he is following up with the providers to make sure that they sync the complete form data on a regular basis. That's what he is trying to push on that as well.
That's true. He's as soon as we're able to basically roll it out, basically we'd have the SOP for how we're going to be doing it, and basically just regular updates after every clinic. We're going to be doing that, and with error resolution as soon as possible.
Yes.
In case there are any challenges with pushing of the data, we'd then be able to address it immediately. So we hope to be really efficient and report to the team in case of any challenges that we have.
Cool. Yeah, I would expect that the payload sent to the error resolution queue would be less and less as there's a lot of new validations and rules implemented on the forms itself. And also there's some improvement in terms of catching the missing provider information, things like that. I think the remaining part is the duplication records that when the users don't have the internet connectivity to search against the server in real time, I think that is unavoidable. So hopefully, like the remaining payload that we see in the future, that would usually like because of this kind of like use case.
Agree with you, Ada.
Yeah. So like I think it would be really helpful that we continue to monitor those payload in the error queue just to make sure that it's not if there's any of those that we can avoid them programmatically. If not, if it is, we will try to fix those. If hopefully just like duplicate ones. Hi Sam. Robert gave an update about the oncology implementation. I think Ivan is the new coordinator, right? Did he get the whole with you, Simon?
Yeah, I met him last Thursday, and he basically wanted to know currently where we are with mUzima and the oncology forms. And he was kind of concerned because he thinks they have a lot of problems that can be solved if they adopt mUzima as it is, and we did a lengthy discussion. I explained to him how it works, and he said that some of the challenges they faced were staffing issues, and again, support from the top management was not that adequate. So he promised that he was going to talk to the top management to tell them exactly how the mUzima works and request them if they can give the. So his way forward was he was going to talk to them and possibly see whether they will need some demo. And if they need some, then I will help him set up a device which you can use to show them how the mUzima works. So he says that currently, I think some of the top management do not understand that mUzima is quite stable and it can help them solve some of their problems. But another section of the top management which understands that they really need this kind of technology. So it's I think according to him, it's there is some sort of misunderstanding within the team that led to them not having that kind of support that should be there for them to adopt and use mUzima fully.
Yeah, I think for the technical side, I think the forms has been improved dramatically because we did like 2 revisions on those, and I think the only thing is really like the for the management to allocate resources and also to show the support for the team to roll out and things like that. So there's not much that we can do on our side except like provide all this information to them. Yeah. So
Yes.
yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So I think so. So he'll possibly talk to them, and if they need more questions, I told him that he can also look at the projects currently using mUzima, like the CPM and the Big Pick and LAC. Possibly, if he wanted more information, then he could talk to those teams and see what challenges they face or how they use mUzima and how they make it work.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Quick. Sorry, I joined a little bit late. What are we talking about? Which
oncology, mUzima, cervical cancer for oncology program.
Okay. And what's the status there?
So Ivan is the new coordinator. So he was trying to understand more about mUzima and then why it was halted by the oncology program. And then he explained because there's a misunderstanding that how mUzima work, and also they don't have enough staffing, and that's why it's kind of like halted.
Yeah. So just to add to that, I think as related to oncology, what I'd rather do is have, once we've confirmed that teleconsultation is ready, Dr. Omenge is waiting to meet with us when our team is ready to meet with them, with the new coordinator. I've already spoken with him.
Yeah.
We are going to demo the application to him and the new coordinator, and then afterwards we'll demo the application to their staff and personnel. He selected a couple of sites where they want to implement it. So that's the approach I would take, okay?
Yeah.
So instead of the new coordinator coming and talking to a developer specifically, just tell him that it's a higher level conversation at this point.
So okay. The teleconsultation module is ready.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And there's a master student who's going to be working on it, and she needs to be helping take a lead on it. Okay. So the action items there is me talking to. Actually, I need to see the teleconsultation module end to end. Who can demo that for me, especially the notification side? Okay, because that hadn't been working as consistently. Is it Simon? Sorry, is it Sam?
Yes, Sam. Yeah.
Okay. So Sam, maybe later this week, me, you, and I think it's who's the master student who's doing teleconsultation? Jackie. Okay. So let's plan for meeting with Jackie, Sam, and me to go over the teleconsultation module end to end, and then I'll set up a meeting with Omenge and his project coordinator. Okay, so leave that to me, and then from there we can coordinate how to get the cervical cancer side going. Okay.
That's good.
Thanks.
Simon, I know that you had you attended the retreat. I just wonder how does did they talk about anything about the Mac project during the retreat that in terms of why there's so few payload got pushed from the device to the server? Simon?
Sorry, I didn't get your question. I think there's a bit of noise.
Okay, I think I just muted Sam. So you can go ahead.
Yeah, I didn't quite get your question. I don't know if you can repeat.
So, like, during the retreat on the weekend, I just wonder if the team got to discuss about how to address the issues the provider did, from the lab program did not push the complete form data to the server.
Well, that was, it wasn't quite addressed, but it was discussed because they were generally looking at the implementation of the various projects and some of the challenges faced so far. So the issue of remuneration was raised, which I think some of the providers cite issues of remuneration, why they are not pushing data. And there was some bit of discussion along those lines. But well, it was not really mentioned that there's no data coming in. But there were so many other problems that were cited, which were discussed here.
Okay. Yeah, I still haven't heard from them if they actually look into the issues, and because they were extremely few came back to the central server from the lab program. It doesn't make sense. It does not make sense at all. So maybe I will just follow up with them again to see if they have been discussing on their side and just did not get back to us. Thanks, Simon.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Those are the items on the agenda. Is there other topics or any updates anyone want to share with the team?
So Eda,
Yes,
just to go back. Yeah, Savai, you mentioned there were other problems. I might have missed it. What other problems were those?
Like basically related to data, the quality of data. I think that there's some bit of concern by some of the clinicians that they're not receiving quality data because of cooking of data by CHWs. And well, it wasn't clear to me whether it's the data coming in through mUzima or some kind of reports, because they were talking of monthly reports, which I think we don't generate through mUzima.
I think Savai maybe could add something on that.
Okay.
I think the data basically that was different. The data from the CHWs was basically that was not data that was being transmitted through mUzima. That was just physical data on paper, and so they were just raising concern that just looking through the data, there seemed to be inconsistencies on how the data is being reported, and concerns that might not actually be reflecting the actual data being in the field. And that data was basically for screening data, where there are community Mabaraza screenings, and after that, then that the data being reported. I think that was the main concern on that aspect. But in for the use of the CHV's use of the data coming in from the LAC team, though I'm not part of that team, but I think understand why the CHVs were not using their devices to push the data consistently. And I think that was where the part of remuneration, especially for the CHVs, came in. and that is more of an administrative concern in terms on the LAC team on how they could address basically that concern from the CHVs in the community.
Okay, so do they actually collect physical data on paper, Nicholas?
I think the team, there were there were different programs there. I think for the LAC team, they use the devices. But for the CDM team, since for the CDM team, they use, for the screening, everybody, they use paper. So if your blood pressure is normal, then after that, basically, there's no need for that data to be collected on a device. So that is not currently happening. It's just when that paper record comes in and you look through it, then that's the concern basically from the CDM team, which was totally separate. Doesn't touch mUzima in any way.
Oh, is it just like the traditional way that they fill out on the paper and then enter into InfoPath? Is that one?
The CHVs do not enter the data remotely. So they just write in the paper form. It's only entered once back in Eldoret.
Yes, okay. So it's the traditional method from through InfoPath based on the paper.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Thanks. Any more comments or questions? Okay. How about other topics? Any other topics that anyone want to share updates? If not, we can end the call early today. Thanks everyone, and we'll communicate again through IRC as well as the tickets. Thank you, everyone.
Okay, bye bye.
Bye.
Yeah, thank you, Eda.
Thank you. Bye.
Thanks.